I'd like to give you a few thoughts on education. The first comes from the King James Bible. You know, I'm a biblical philosopher, social philosopher, and a biblical preacher. So open your King James Bible to Luke chapter 6, verse 39. You got it? And he spake a parable unto them, Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into a ditch? The disciple is not above his master, but everyone that is perfect shall be as his master. They're talking about the relationship between a teacher and a student. That's what it means when it says master and disciple. So you got to think, the kind of teacher that your kid has is the kind of person that they're going to turn out like. Our second reading comes from Deuteronomy chapter 6. In verse 4. Shema ya Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. That comes from Jewish prayer, the Jewish morning and evening prayer. It's how they start out. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them upon the post of thy house, and on thy gates. Every opportunity is to be given to an education for your child. And that education should last all day. Not necessarily lessons all day, but life lessons to go along with normal schooling lessons. That's one thing to think about. We do homeschool, and we try to take every opportunity to teach not only academics but morality. And that's really what it's talking about here. If we turn over to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 8, it says, My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. It's talking about the father and the mother being the educators again. You know, you've got to really be careful. You don't know really what the teachers are like. We don't know what they're going to entice them to. There's some bad teachers out there. Not everyone is bad, but there are quite a few bad ones. And finally, Ephesians 6 and 4, And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. You see, it's the father's responsibility to educate their children. It's not the state's responsibility. The mothers are perfectly capable. Like I said before, Susanna Wesley raised Charles and John Wesley, are the greatest preacher and the greatest hymn writer of their time. And there's plenty of opportunity for the mother, but the Bible says if there's a father there, that's his responsibility to make sure that his kids are taught the right things. And that's my view on public education. Follow my Twitter feed at twitter.com/plainphillip. That's with 2 L's. Rate this video or post a comment. Subscribe to my channel or just send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and God bless.